This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
And a good Friday afternoon. Welcome once again to Wyoming Sports Talk Today, being presented to you by Marv's Plumbing and Heating at 1515 Logan Avenue, Mondello's Pizzeria at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Sweet D in the Greenway Commons. Right across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue, it's the home of First Tier Bank, banking done the old-fashioned way. You, always first and foremost, Monday through Friday, First Tier Bank of Cheyenne. Lennox Auto Body, the main auto and truck repair center over on Dunn Avenue, and the Auto Glass and Detail Center can be found over on Pershing Boulevard. Medicap Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs, open Monday through Saturday. See Gene and the great staff today at Medicap Pharmacy, Bluegrass Circle, next door to Texas Roadhouse. Platte Valley Bank, 2 banking locations. Again, banking done the old-fashioned way, and also with today's technology, always first and foremost. Remember, Platte Valley Bank times 2, Van High Avenue, and again at the corner of College and Pershing. Key of Cheyenne over on Nationwide. Had lunch with my good friend AJ today, talking about the 2019 line of Kias. You definitely want to get behind the wheel of a new Kia today. Matter of fact, they have the Tellurides coming to Key of Cheyenne, and you're going to enjoy this brand new SUV from Key of Cheyenne. Chick-fil-A over at the corner of Windmill and Delrange, selling 3 squares 6 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And again, we know Chick-fil-A for lunch. We know Chick-fil-A for dinner. You must get filled up on their delicious breakfast, served each Monday through Saturday morning. And they have 2 convenient drive-thrus right across from Menards, Chick-fil-A, Windmill, and Delrange. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service on Highway 30. 'Tis this time of year to start looking at a Jayco RV, 5th wheel, travel trailer, and get ready to cruise across the country and not pay those enormous hotel fees. Stay in your own Jolly Rogers Jayco RV this summer or even springtime. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service over on Highway 30. And we also want to thank Taco John's of Cheyenne, where they've always got something going on. Taco John's of Cheyenne with a plethora of goodies on their menu. And we get things underway with our scoreboard. It's brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Here's Nick.
It's a short one on NHL action, only 2 games for tonight, but we will see the Washington Capitals at home at Capital One Arena. Will take on the Minnesota Wild. And last but not least, at the Pond Honda Center, the Anaheim Ducks are taking on the San Jose Sharks. That's what's happening in NHL action for tonight.
On the NBA scoreboard, it will be the Grizz of the Magic tonight in the Amway Center in Orlando. The Cavaliers playing host to the Los Angeles Clippers. Denver Nuggets will be on the road there in the Mecca to take on the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden, with a chance for the Nuggets to catch the Golden State Warriors for that number 1 spot, number 1 seed in the West. Thunder and the Raptors tonight in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Spurs Rockets at the Toyota Center. Heat and the Bucks in the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. And the Lakers at Staples, as they will face off against the Brooklyn Nets. And I do believe, if I got my figures right, Nick, if the Clips win, Lakers lose, Lakers, adios, eliminated from playoff contention.
I think so.
Just
either way, though, yeah, the Lakers aren't making the playoffs.
Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
Hi, I'm Alex White, tea master at Pure Leaf. When I make tea, everything I know goes into it. You can't be impatient. When I craft Pure Leaf iced tea, I don't take shortcuts, because I want you to have the same amazing taste of iced tea that I do. So I start with fresh picked tea leaves. Then, after they're delicately dried, I blend and brew them at a lower temperature to draw out their unique aromas. And then I taste and fine-tune the blend for a delicious smooth iced tea. I'd love to have you take a sip right now, but that's one thing we can't do over the radio. But you can experience the same delicious taste of Pure Leaf iced tea anywhere you are. I'm Alex White, Pure Leaf Tea Master. Pure Leaf, our thing is tea.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Friday afternoon, Wyoming Sports Talk. Today on the program, we will hear comments from head coach Joe Legerski of the Wyoming Cowgirls, who move on to the next round of the WNIT. Matter of fact, with about 2,700 fans in attendance last night, the Cowgirls will host Game 2 of the next round of the WNIT.
It didn't even matter if it was South Alabama or Lamar was going to win. Again, that game will get underway tonight, but Wyoming automatically chosen to host the next round. So, again, we are waiting. At least the Cowgirls are waiting. Winner of Lamar and South Alabama.
And right now, the Cowgirls are the only Mountain West Conference team still holding the flag for the MWC, as both Fresno State and the Lady Lobos lost in their first round. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Also on the program, and that'll be coming up here in a few, we'll hear the comments from Joe Legerski, head coach of the Cowgirls. In the next hour, we will hear from Dhafir, Dada 5000 Harris. I guess it's Dada 5000.
There you go.
And he's the BYB Extreme co-founder. That's not bring your own bottle. BYB is this bare knuckle.
How about backyard, or at least I do believe backyard boxing, brawling.
Yeah.
Either way, though, again, the at least organization that is coming to town April 5th, put it on the pay-per-view again, bare knuckle, at least boxing, brawling back in the city of Cheyenne, coming up this April 5th.
Now, he's a former fighter, correct me if I'm wrong,
yeah,
who's now lent his name to be a commentator, but also is part of this company, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be correct.
So, and in his case here, I guess, one of our questions will be, what makes this company different than the other two that have been here in Wyoming thus far?
Well, and again, they're bringing a uniqueness, as it seems like every other kind of bare-knuckle boxing, at least organization, has come to the state of Wyoming and brought something unique, whether it was talking about the federation up in Casper that was trying to be elegant and classy, and, well, they're out of business now. But again, at least with this new one, there will be an introduction of what is called the trigon, not the octagon. It's instead, just as you, again, break it down, it is a cage triangle is where these competitors will be competing in. Again, 10 bare-knuckle fights and then 2 MMA contests on this pay-per-view coming up April 5th at the Shine Ice at Event Center.
You know what the uniqueness would be if they bring it? That'd be bring a checkbook. That would make it very unique for me. All right, NCAA. First round action. My bracket is getting blown up. You're doing really well.
Yeah.
And
which is no surprise.
Yeah, but when we get to the Sweet 16, I'm going to hang pretty tough, though.
You're missing few already in the Sweet 16, so I guess you're already down 0-2. I have at least, I'm down 1 thanks to at least.
Are my Final
Belmont.
Four picks still in there?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. That's all I care about. All right, you were coming out and chiming, and you were all giddy about it, and then all of a sudden somebody lit a fire under him in the second half. Gardner Webb actually led the number 1 Cavaliers at halftime, 36-30, and then the Cavaliers somehow, some way went into the locker room. Coach said, "You guys suck." They said, "No, we don't." Came out and picked up a 71-56 win.
Supposedly, what I've been seeing online, we have not watching the game right now, obviously, or at least what is happening out there. But apparently, fouls have been at least a little bit in discrepancy out there, more so in favor of Virginia. I think the last I saw for second half stats, at least for Gardner Webb, 8 total fouls called against them early in that second half to compare to 0 for Virginia. So
right.
Is it something that maybe, not going to say collusion, but it just sounds a little fishy of what's going on. But at least one point in time, we thought that Virginia was once again going to get upset. It did not surprise me because Virginia, you just don't trust that school. You don't trust that program, and that's why I don't have them moving far.
This is the number one seed that will not be in the Final Four, guaranteed.
No, there's no doubt about it. Virginia, I have no faith.
Also on the final scoreboard, it was Tennessee struggling against number 15 Colgate, number 2 Tennessee, 77-70. Also a final, and no surprise, number 3 Texas Tech cruises past Northern Kentucky, 72-57. UC Irvine with our upset, which you picked.
You didn't pick them. You went Kansas State.
I said which you picked.
Well, absolutely. Again, I call it for UC Irvine, the team, to be that darling team to make it. I think I have them all the way to the Elite Eight. But
it's their first ever tournament win.
Yeah, first ever for UC Irvine. So congratulations.
The Anteaters with a 70-64 win over Kansas State. So, again, in this tournament, you never take anything for granted.
Again, they are a 13 seed that did that against Kansas State. So
a number 10 seed, Iowa, beat number 7, Cincinnati. So the Bearcats, adios. And Oklahoma over Ole Miss in a good 8-9 matchup, which turned out not to be a good 8-9 matchup. I know I had Oklahoma in that one. So Oklahoma moves on. Ole Miss is done. What we do have going on here, a couple of games. Buffalo leads Arizona State. That is at the half, 44-31. So the Bison over the Arizona State
Sun Devils.
There
you go.
I was thinking Wildcats. That's Arizona.
That's the other one.
And then Oregon leading Wisconsin. So I know I have Oregon in this one. 5:03 to go here in the first half. And it is the Ducks on top of the Badgers, 24-21.
Anyways, as we are getting, this is day 2 of round 1 in the NCAA tournament. Round 1 of the WNIT tournament was underway as well. At least it's been underway. At least started on the 20th, but most of the main action got underway yesterday and last night, including over in Laramie, Wyoming, with the Wyoming Cowgirls defeating. Very fortunate, at least 8-point victory for the Wyoming Cowgirls over the Northern Colorado Bears. Congrats, though, however, to the Wyoming Cowgirls getting past that first round, moving on, again, waiting the winner of Lamar and South Alabama. It's a game that the Wyoming Cowgirls, I'll say, are very fortunate that they won. They are very fortunate that one Savannah Smith, one of the top players for Northern Colorado, again, the Fort Collins product that plays for the Bears. She had a rough go of it last night, but she had a lot of looks, but it was only 2 of 23.
Yeah, that's 10%. That's 10% from the floor.
That was the big difference, and we're talking about point-blank layups, shots that she should have made and should have been the difference.
Especially from the left side, she missed about 7 of those, as I recall.
But this team was just absolutely on fire from behind the arc.
But also, and again, here's another key, as you mentioned about Savannah Smith. Good basketball player. Very fast.
Oh, yeah.
But just one of those nights last night. She was 0 of 10.
It's one of those
beyond the arc.
It's one of those nights, if she had a few more shots, it would probably be Northern Colorado moving on again.
She did launch a couple of Steph Curry's, as Aaron Rath had mentioned, the voice of the UNC
She
Bears.
went 0 for 10 behind the arc.
Yeah. But she was picked up by Alexis Chapman. She was 4 of 8 before she fouled out. Michaela Eisenbart was 4 of 11. Crystal Lager-Walker was 3 of 4. They were 11 of 33, 33% from beyond the arc. And take away Smith, who went 0 for 10, they were 11 of 23. They were pretty efficient last night.
And that accounted for 33 points there for Northern Colorado.
Where the Cowgirls were only 2 of 10.
Yeah, they made a living, or at least trying to make a living on the inside, and again, that's what proved to be the difference. But again, if you are to at least alter, again, those point-blank shots, those high percentage shots, if they fall for Savannah Smith, I think we have a different result, and I think it'd be the Bears moving on more than the Wyoming Cowgirls. Again, I hate to say it, but Northern Colorado was probably the better team last night in the AA.
I disagree somewhat. I thought the Cowgirls were a little faster. That's why they won the inside game. That's why they had a lot of defense was
lacking.
Layups.
Defense was very lacking, though, for the Wyoming Cowgirls, and that's going to hurt this team going forward in this tournament. Again, 11 three-pointers, a lot of wide-open shots.
They're going to have to get out. They're going to have to jump out on the man defense. They're going to have to jump out there and get on board against these three-pointers.
Rebounds weren't a whole lot of different, even with Northern Colorado having the at least slight height advantage.
Cowgirls had some wide-open looks from the outside. They didn't look that impressive. I think, Wiedemann Harmon had one, and Taylor Ruskett one. But, I mean, other than that, they were just not good from the outside. They were good inside. Bailey Cotton had a great night for the Cowgirls.
Double.
16 boards and 16 points, and 15 of those boards were on the defensive side. And, again, let's give UNC their due. They were big. They were big inside, and they tried to take advantage of the Cowgirls. They missed a lot of easy insiders from about 2-3 feet. And, again, the bunnies that were missed by Savannah Smith, at least a handful from the left side. She was rushing them. For some reason, she would break free, had a wide-open look, and rush the shot. Don't know why.
Yeah, again, whether it was feeling pressure behind the Wyoming Cowgirls, who knows?
38 minutes she played, too, last night, oh, by the way.
Yeah, she was just a workhorse, but, again, just an off night for her. If it went any other way for Savannah Smith, again, it would be the Northern Colorado Bears moving on of just how dangerous they were last night. I honestly believe Northern Colorado was a better team, as much as it was a team that did not want to go away as well, where at a point the Cowgirls did have about a 10-point lead, and they just chipped away, where here it is, down to 2.
Well, and see the thing, here's where the game was won, as I said before. The game was won in the paint. Cowgirls had 34 points in the paint, where University of Northern Colorado only had 20. Again, they scored from the outside, but again could not make any money inside. So with the win, though, with the Cowgirls, and again, Bailey Cotton definitely getting the game ball. She also had logged 38 minutes on the floor.
Yeah.
A game that was I thought moved along very well. Not a lot of fouls. I know
we saw a familiar face in Region 9 on the court.
We saw a Region 9 official on the floor last night. She blew her whistle a couple times, and to the dismay of the crowd.
Yeah, I was going to say, she blew a few bad calls, or at least to the folks there in Laramie, where, hey, folks, we've experienced that here in Cheyenne, so, again, nothing new to us.
But they did let them play pretty much to the first half. They tightened down the
It was a quick first half, and, again, it is 10-minute quarters, same like what we experienced with LCCC women's basketball, but it was a first half that went
about 40
under, well under
minutes.
An hour.
Yeah.
It was very fast,
and that included, matter of fact, after the halftime, it was about an hour old. So somewhere around 45 minutes. But personal fouls, 18 logged against Northern Colorado. Here, you want to hear your discrepancy for the Boo Birds over there in Laramie? 18 personal fouls against the Bears, and for the Cowgirls, only 7 personal fouls.
And again, 18. A lot of those came there at garbage time, where Wyoming was ahead, and they were going to win that contest. Where again, you were just getting that quick foul to at least make Wyoming shoot free throws and have an attempt. So I did pick up, at least do want to mention, out of that 18, a lot of them did come in the waning seconds of that contest, but certainly it did not go Northern Colorado's, at least, way last night. Again, favorable for the Wyoming Cowgirls, and again, they will move on to round number 2 coming up. They will play next on Sunday at 2 o'clock. They're at the AA. Again, they are automatically hosting the next game. Does not matter of who wins between Lamar and South Alabama. That game will get underway at 6 o'clock tonight at Lamar there in Texas. So, again, Wyoming Cowgirls sitting idly by, waiting to see who they'll see in the next round.
I thought for last night's game of the Cowgirls, and they made some silly turnovers, and that 13 turnovers for the Cowgirls, 5 of them by Reykjavik, and they were terrible passes.
And again, at this point in time of the season, where inbounding a pass, you step over the line, there's an automatic turnover. Things where you shouldn't be doing it at this point in time.
You don't let a team like the Bears back in.
You're playing 30. You're playing game number 31 of the season. It's kind of mental miscues where you shouldn't be at least have the foot over the line when you're inbounding the pass, or realize where your footing is. Again, passes weren't all that crisp, it seemed like, but that's why I keep saying the Cowgirls, I think, snuck away with the win here against Northern Colorado. If things went the other way, again, I have to put the spotlight on Savannah Smith. If she were to make, again, a lot of those point-blank shots, and they weren't even altered or anything, it was just her just rushing them. If she settled down, this would be a completely different ballgame. So Wyoming Cowgirls, I think right now, they should be thankful that they move on, but they need to tweak and they need to improve on a few different aspects to get ready again as they move on in the second round.
And again, it will be either Lamar out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken. You looked that up, or
Beaumont, Texas,
or Southern Alabama.
Yeah.
So and that they're going to play tonight. Northern Colorado season wraps up at 22-11. Nothing to
again, good outfit out of the big
say that it was a rough season for them. That's a pretty good season when you win 67% of your games.
And again, under first-year head coach Jenny Huth. So again, she's got that program in the right direction. But they will lose a lot of at least veteran talent. Something that we did discuss with Aaron Rath a few days ago. Looking on the side of the bracket though, with the Wyoming Cowgirls, again, the only game that has not been decided is the Lamar and South Alabama, and also St. Mary's versus Hawaii. That game will get underway over at St. Mary's. So looking at a few other teams in the bracket, or at least that quadrant, the Wyoming Cowgirls are in. Denver takes care of New Mexico, the Lady Lobos. Denver, the Lady Pioneers, on the road down in Albuquerque at the Pit. They win 83-75, so Denver will move on. Idaho, the Lady Vandals, they take care of business on the road against Loyola Marymount. They win 79-64, so that contest will feature Denver versus Idaho up at the I don't think they play at the Kibbe Dome anymore, but either way, though, it'll be in Moscow, Idaho, between Idaho and Denver. Arizona, they took care of Idaho State in Arizona, and Tempe, or at least, they play
in Tucson.
Tucson, that's the one.
See, we bail each other out. You could give me, grief about the Sun Devils. See, I at least
just play with your bracket. Either way, though, Arizona takes care of Idaho State by 10, 66-56. Pacific defeats Fresno State at Fresno. Pacific wins 77-72. So Pacific versus Arizona, that game will be at Arizona on Sunday. And then also to the other contests that got underway. Cal Baptist loses to Pepperdine at home. Pepperdine takes care of business very easily, 91-79. So Pepperdine will move on, and they will await the winner of St. Mary's and Hawaii. So like we said, Wyoming, the only remaining team right now in the Mountain West, at least in the WNIT, as Fresno State and New Mexico exit early. Again, the Cowgirls move on.
Pepperdine, they're the Waves. Are they the Lady Waves?
I don't know.
On that side?
I question now with UNC, the Lady Bears. They're not the Lady Bears. They're just Bears.
Right.
So I don't know.
They're the Bears women's
I just call them Pepperdine.
All right.
Simple as that.
68-60 the final score. Last night's contest, let's give you the scoring by quarters. Oh, by the way, 15-12 was the first quarter score. And as Nick mentioned, this thing was a nail-biter, probably with about 4 minutes left to go in the game. Again, 15-12 at the intermission. The Cowgirls led 33-27. And then it was a 15-15 third quarter, as again, they could not put this team away.
No, they kept on clawing back.
Matter of fact, they had like an 8-0 run where they clawed back there, halfway through the fourth quarter.
8 or 10-0 run, something like that. Either way, though, they clawed back where it was about a 10-point advantage or at least 12-point advantage for the Cowgirls. And here goes back UNC, and it's something that Coach Legerski does mention in his postgame comments that we'll listen to here very soon. But, again, I give credit to Northern Colorado. They gave a fight on the road in a hostile territory of the AA where in front of a
good-sized crowd.
Good crowd. Yeah. I was expecting a little bit more, or at least in my opinion. But again, not bad. Not bad.
I agree.
Again, at least anticipating that there will be more in attendance again this Sunday at 2 o'clock there at the AA. Again, tickets are on sale online, gowyo.com, or you can buy them there in Laramie as well at the ticket office as well for that contest. But good side crowd. It was just... For whatever reason, again, not to pick on Wyoming fans, but it's a fan base that it was quiet throughout the most of the AA, and maybe that's just because of a lack of a student section. The student section, and again, at least your first time in the AA, and this could be a whole other topic as well too. But
we'll get to that. We got time to talk about it.
Okay, we got at least time about that. But there was a non-existent student section there on a Thursday night at the AA to support a team that's in the postseason.
And it makes a lot of sense. And again, we had a conversation with Kevin McKinney, who has been on this program numerous times, the associate athletic director over at UW. And like I said, and you mentioned, this was my first trip into the new AA.
At least the renovated
AA. Again, I had done public address announcing in there for, 13, 14 years, and it was a different look for me. I don't want to say I self-exiled myself out of there, but once I was removed as the PA announcer by then athletic director Lee Moon, I said, screw you guys, I'm not coming back in here. And I did. I think that was only my fourth trip in the last 20 plus years into the AA. just because I had to be there a couple times for high school, and I think I went there for an Air Force Wyoming game once, and that was about it. And that's the old AA where we sat in the back behind the scorer's table where they used to have the old press row there with the old cement. Press row, man, we have to get air for the next one. That's up there near the top. That's where where I used to put your grandmother and grandfather up there.
They kind of tuck you away for press up there. They kind of go, well, at least you're here. So either way, though, again, there was a non-existent student section.
We'll get to that here. We'll get to that after Joe's comments. Just give you the final numbers real quick for Northern Colorado. 23 of 68 from the field last night. They shot in the game 34% from beyond the arc. 33%. They were 11 of 33. Free throws, they only went to the line 4 times. They were 3 of 4. And matter of fact, Abby Kane was there all 4 times for Northern Colorado. Defensively, on the rebounding side, they had 21 boards, 12 on the offensive side, a total of 33 rebounds. Let's see, they had 17 assists and only turned the ball over 9 times. They also had 5 steals. For the Cowgirls, they shot, and here's the discrepancy, they shot 21 less times in this contest.
Yeah.
They were 24 of 47 from the field, 51%, 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, 20%, 18 of 20. That's the winner right there from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
That's 90%. So that they hit a lot of clutch free throws down the stretch. Bailey Cotton, especially, she was 6 of 6. 36 total rebounds, 16 by Bailey Cotton, 15 defensively, and 1 on the offensive side. They had 33 defensive boards, only 3 on the offensive side. Oh, by the way, Abby Kane, as I mentioned, for the Bears, she had 10 rebounds and 9 points, just missed that double-double last night. On the turnover side, as I mentioned earlier, 13 turnovers for the Cowgirls. They had 6 blocks, 3 of those by Bailey Cotton last night, had a couple of steals. So, again, winning wire to wire there. I think there was one tie, if I remember.
I don't think UNC ever had a tie-up. I think it was in control the whole way of Wyoming, or at least it seemed like it. Again, it looked like Wyoming took care of business to start, get-go, and just never looked back. As much as UNC had to keep on crawling back into it and got close at a point in time, I don't think they was ever tied in that contest.
With the game, Wyoming led for 37 minutes and 52 seconds of that game. 40 minutes, obviously, with the 10-minute quarters. And the game at one time was tied. And it might have been early when nobody was scoring.
I think that's probably when it was.
Yeah, 2:08 was the time frame of that game being tied, but UNC never led. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will hear the post-game comments from head coach Joe Legerski of the Cowgirls after these words right here on 1480 KRAE.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy, we'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Cheyenne Urological has been the cornerstone of urinary care to Cheyenne and its surrounding communities for over 20 years, with doctors Bryant, Everett, Legerski, and their highly trained staff providing top-quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. Cheyenne Urological is now offering cutting-edge robotic surgery. So call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131 for compassionate, expert urinary care. That's 635-4131.
Capital Lumber is lumber one in Cheyenne. Are you listening? We're all the lumber store you'll ever need. For electrical, plumbing, paint, and tools, lumber and hardware, we're for you. And we're out to earn your business, yes indeed. Capital Lumber is lumber one today. Are you listening? Capital Lumber, at your service all the way.
Capital Lumber Company, serving our area for over 53 years at 1222 Dunn Avenue in Cheyenne.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
In life, you question everything. The same should be true when it comes to managing your wealth. What are your investment recommendations based on? How much are you paying in fees? And how can those fees impact your returns? Charles Schwab encourages investors to get engaged and ask tough questions. To learn more, call the Schwab Cheyenne branch at 307-459-0998 or visit schwab.com/Cheyenne. Charles Schwab and Company, Incorporated. Member SIPC.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with rain showers likely with highs around 48. For tonight, it'll be cloudy with rain and snow showers likely with lows around 30. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy with snow showers likely with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 29.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing!
And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
As I told the team, all the teams that are playing are talented, used to winning, and it's going to be 40 minutes each and every night out that you have this opportunity. And I thought tonight's game was exactly that. Neither team wanted to give anything an inch. A 3-point lead, 4-point lead, evaporated in a hurry. And I thought Northern Colorado kept coming back. The biggest thing I thought tonight is defensively. I thought we executed our game plan really well. And we were trying to do some different things that we left people open, and that was the chances we were going to take. And Northern Colorado's credit, they knocked down a bunch of threes to make this thing close. And so then in the last 4 minutes, we had to make another change where we started just switching everything and taking our chances, because at a 5-point lead, I knew that we just could not give up any more threes. And so I thought the execution was really good, specifically in the last minute where we switched everything, got a hand up, made it difficult, and then we were able to get the rebound and finish the game at the free throw line. I thought Slajana had by far her best game. She's been playing extremely well. It shows you what happens when you can get in practice in January and February and start getting confidence back. I thought Slajana gave us a tremendous amount of energy, not only offensively, rebounding-wise. You take a look at her numbers, 4 rebounds, 12 points, played extremely competitive all night, but I thought that was the energy. And then Bailey Cotton. Bailey's somebody who has stated she does not want this team to end. And she knows as long as we can find another win, this team gets to spend time together again. And I thought Bailey gave us a good start. She played composed, and her rebounding was really special. And you take a look at it, she played 38 minutes tonight, but I felt like we could not get her off the floor. And for her to get 16 and 16, her double-double total now passes Fallon Lewis, an assistant coach for us. And so everyone knows the type of player Fallon was, and so that's quite an honor for Bailey to be able to get that done.
Joe, you weren't going to let Savannah Smith beat you, and to hold her to the percentages you did. I mean, what did you guys do particularly well in order to get her so frustrated and not have the game she used to have?
Smith is a tremendous player. Averages just 24 points a game. What we went in knowing that we were going to double her every time she came off an on ball, every time she got a hand off. And we did that and just try to make it as difficult as possible. But by doing that, you're going to leave other players open. and we tried to rotate, and we were late getting there to some rotations. And to Northern Colorado's credit, they made a lot of big threes that kept them in the game and brought them back from a 10-point deficit in a hurry. And that was then the change we knew in the last 4 minutes, that it was no longer about doubling anybody and leaving somebody open to shoot the ball. We had to make sure we did the best we could just to get a hand up. But I thought that was the game plan going in. And like I said, for us, at times it worked, at times it did not work, and that's to Northern Colorado's credit.
So you guys were, only 2 for 10 from 3, but you 34 points in the paint. I think I counted 16 layups. I mean, was that just how the game kind of unfolded, or was that something you felt like you were going to be able to do against?
The game unfolded that way in the fact that they were really trying to take away our three-point shooters, but more importantly, they went small, and they played basically 4 perimeter players. And so then in the second half, we ended up changing offenses, got away from the motion offense a bit, went more with our inside game, and started talking about trying to get the ball inside, trying to take people off the dribble, and do more things inside, because they did a great job of taking away our shooters. I believe the only 2 threes we got was Quinn hit one in the first half, and Taylor got one in transition. And it was difficult finding shots, but we've played teams before where they press out on you and you have to drive the basket. You got to look inside, and then you got to be strong enough to finish inside. And I think that was something. You look at our numbers, and we shoot 52% from the field. And when I take a look at the game, Marta Gomez really played within herself. I think she got 1 shot up in the first half, did not try to force anything, just took what was there. And specifically, we went inside to Marta because we knew she had what we call a perimeter player on her, and that was by design for us.
So a question for you, Coach, is, so in round 2 on Sunday, you're going to play either Lamar or South Alabama. You guys haven't seen those teams. So what's your biggest thing that you guys are going to try and improve on to play against those teams?
First and foremost, what's so important right now is to get rest, because the games come very quickly. And with us not knowing our next opponent, we've already done preliminary scout work on both, never knowing who you're going to play. Tomorrow's practice will just be one where you stretch, get up and down the floor for maybe an hour. Then we'll find out our opponent, and then Saturday will be a big preparation day for us. But this time of year, it's about saving legs. And what we need to do is execute a little better in our motion offense, and that'll be discussed. But we'll break this film down, show it to the players, talk about where we can continue to improve. But for the most part, it's about rest.
So what does it mean that, you mentioned 40-minute game? You guys never trailed, but when you would get a little cushion, that was to say about the team that they didn't relinquish the lead.
Yeah,
was able to pull
I tell you what, it's the competitiveness of this team has amazed me all year long. Not surprised me, just amazed me. I knew they're competitive. There's no give to them. We talked to them about moving on from one play to the next, and they've been able to do that. I think as a staff, we figured out early in January where our strengths lie, how we can go about some things, do some things a little differently to bring out the strengths in these players. But there's no panic. And even as something as simple when we're up, I think 6, Northern Colorado scores to cut it to 4, and we turn over the inbounds pass. And, and I'm sitting there thinking that's a big turnover just to not get the ball in and have an opportunity. But, I've learned enough just to encourage them. All the players, we talked about moving on, and they sure did. And I thought the 10-point lead when we were up 53-43 evaporated to 53-50. It looked like in about 40 seconds. And I knew there was a long time to play, and we stayed aggressive. But the composure this team has had, and we talk about winning 5-minute segments. We've talked about that all season long. And on the bench in that last media timeout, Bailey Cotton just goes, we win this 5 minutes, we advance. And I think that's the senior leadership that we've had all season long. And as I said, Bailey just wants to keep playing with this team and knows she needs to win.
Instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things. and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and High West Energy. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Check out this simple math equation. Add new games with new fun, and it equals new ways of winning at Wyoming Downs. Check out the newest simulcasting games on display today featuring Great American Buffalo, Midnight Wolf, and Kiss Me I'm Irish to go along with more exciting simulcasting games in play. Remember to get your player's card to enjoy triple points on Sundays and double points on Mondays. Also, Fridays and Saturdays, play Mystery Moolah. Plus, check out all of the other promotions going on every week at Wyoming Downs, with 2 locations to have fun in the Cheyenne Plaza at 3617 East Linkaway and at the Outlaw Saloon at 312 South Greeley Highway. For more information, go to wydowns.com.
Hello, this is Pastor Nathaniel Ensley with Blessed Hope Baptist Church in Burns, Wyoming, and I would like to invite you to listen to our weekly broadcast entitled Hope for Today, right here on 1480 KRAE, every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Our goal during each broadcast is to bring you a simple and short Bible truth that will be a help to you. Sure hope you can tune in. God bless you.
Cheyenne's oldest coin dealer and supplier, The Coin Shop, is proud to serve the community since 1982. Trade or sell your gold, silver, and other precious metals. Visit with David and the knowledgeable staff for a fair and honest assessment of your valuables. Located at 510 West Lincoln Way. Call them today at 778-7196 to schedule your personal consultation.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. They have a 16-month CD at an annual percentage yield of 2.33% and a 27-month CD at an APY of 2.74%. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Winter driving in Wyoming. Are you prepared? Winter storms strike quickly across Wyoming's high plains and the mountains. When they do, driving conditions can deteriorate rapidly and become very challenging. Make sure your vehicle is ready for the elements and you have an emergency preparedness kit available. Driving on slick roads, always remember slower speed, acceleration, steering, and braking. Also turn off the cruise control and always buckle up. Ice and snow. Take it slow. Know before you go. For travel info, call 511 or online at wyoroad.info. Paid for by Federal Highway Safety Funds.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with rain showers likely with highs around 48. If tonight, it'll be cloudy with rain and snow showers likely with lows around 30. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy with snow showers likely with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 29.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on this show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Couple updates from the NCAA first round. Buffalo putting it to Arizona State right now, 67-47, about 11:49 to go in the second half. Halftime, Oregon, Wisconsin tied at 25. So thank you again to Joe Legerski providing us with the post-game comments. And again, you know, understanding what he was doing last night and what they wanted to do, especially with Savannah Smith. Wherever she went, she was going to draw a crowd, and that's very good coaching.
She drew a crowd, but she did find ways to get open.
She was very fast. She could slither her way inside. But
like I said, there were many opportunities, many easy passes that she missed that were defense just kind of fell asleep.
But Coach Legerski was not going to let Savannah Smith beat them.
And again, he mentioned as well too in that post-game conference where he said we realize they're a good three-point shooting team. We're gonna allow them to get those open shots and just kind of hope for the best at that point. And again, it did somewhat pay off, or at least again it kept Northern Colorado in it. But at least in the long run, hey, it did advantage for at least the Wyoming Cowgirls, where hey they still came away with the 8-point victory. So
and I thought they were faster inside, especially when they were driving along the baseline. I thought the Cowgirls were much faster along the baseline and a little stronger. And Bailey Cotton, again, playing one of her better games again, 16-16, not a bad night. Getting into the Double-A, the newly renovated Double-A, which is been in business now, about 2-3 years, I guess.
I couldn't tell you.
Well, me personally,
like I said, I've been away, so I haven't. Again, knowing of what the renovations were, I haven't seen a whole lot of contests at the Double-A because again, we've been busy with high school basketball and LCCC in the past few years that I've been back here in town. But so again, I've not made it over to the Double-A. I've not seen a whole lot of basketball over there again due to it's just pretty tough to get over to Laramie.
Well, and with me. Not going well. We go over for the media day, like for football, but we did not go in to the arena. We basically stayed out in the concourse level. But the thing is, for me, and I think back to the last game that I did, which was March of 1998, and then the former employer that I worked for, I left, I think like October, right, like Halloween of '98. So I did not get asked to come back to do the public address announcing, where I did it for Benny Dees. I did it for Joby Wright. I also did it for the one season that Larry Shyatt was there. Matter of fact, I think that was my last year actually it was Joby Wright was my last year. But my point being, and again, this athletic director, Lee Moon, who eventually got fired himself for inappropriate things that he did there.
Conduct, yeah.
And again, he might have tag teamed with somebody else and basically kind of barred or 86 me out of the arena. But it was interesting.
Anyways.
It's interesting for the fact, though, just getting caught up on time. I've already been asked about 4 times to go back there and do the public address announcement. I've told them each time, no, I'm not interested.
All right.
So we go last night. My first trip into the newly renovated arena auditorium. It's okay. But as I was talking to Kevin McKinney about
it does have that new feel again. The video boards are very nice again.
Yeah, they spared no expense on this.
The building is still old, but at least again, it does have a updated feel to it as much as it's still.
I like the cane flame. That was cool.
Well,
but the thing that I did not like with the arena auditorium, and this is just Larry Pearletti speaking. I'm not going to speak on behalf of Nick or anybody else that has been in the Double-A.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting on the floor and looking across the way and seeing that sea of brown and gold. Students.
Yeah.
And now they got the students tucked off by the basket.
The student section, especially in basketball, where you look at UNC, you look at Duke, again, a lot of powerhouses where they put those students front and center. They put them right there on the action, if not right behind those benches as well, too, to get loud and proud. No, instead of the students, they're on the court, but you're tucked away and you're on pretty terrible kind of plastic benches. It almost seems like the university just said, thanks for attending our college, and here you go.
See, and again,
here's what you get for free.
Here's where I'm confused.
If they get it for free, I have no idea.
Well, that's where I'm confused. I mean, you're asking these students that may be sports fans or not. Now, for football, they get great seats, don't they, on the east side?
Yeah, they're behind the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're behind the Cowboys bench, and they get great seats.
Yeah,
but for basketball, you kind of poo-pooed them. And again, with the tuition that these kids pay to go to school to get an education, and if they're going to get an extracurricular activity, I always thought with the tuition came a benefit of you get a student activity card, and that allows you into a game either at a reduced price or you get in for free. So if those are the freebie seats, then keep them. Then I can understand why the students want to show up. They're not good.
That's why the student section wasn't there.
They're not significant.
It was non-existing last night.
But I'm just saying they're actually non-significant factors. Think about it. If they are in that upper area,
yeah,
because the student section is just not right there in those little lower plastic areas. They go higher up. They're basically a non-factor in the game.
Where again, that is going to be your backbone. Where, as I mentioned, there in Double-A, without having that student section, it was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Again, where you want to make that your kind of sixth man on the court, and they did them in. Hey, after a while, at least it seemed like once things were going a little bit better, or at least action was picking up for the AA, which was pretty much late in the second half, then things got a little bit loud there in the AA, but it was quiet. It was just oddly quiet throughout the entire contest, where that's where you need a student section. You need a packed full house, and that'll probably get there. It'll trickle on, at least the farther Cowgirls make it, hopefully. You can only assume, but that is your backbone to be that sick man. That's going to pick up the crowd. That's going to get the crowd at least fired up, where, again, maybe not your older crowd is going to be yelling and screaming, but they might clap or
they're appreciative. Yeah.
Again, they'll try to do their best into it, but without it, though, without anyone kind of being that banner waver out there at the AA, it was what you got there at AA, where it was just very quiet for us.
Like I said, and me talking to the microphone here and looking straight ahead and seeing that sea of brown and gold. I remember the days when they had the newspapers, and when you would do the starting lineups, and you would say, so and so for 3, that type of line. Everybody's just going crazy over there, and again, the crowd that's over there, yeah, they're clapping, but they're not getting excited. Now, again, I'm not going to knock the guy that was doing the calling on the floor last night. No. I do it differently.
I think he's doing the best he can.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have my own style. He has his style, but it wasn't all that exciting. You get the crowd involved in this thing. No. But the thing is, I would always feed off those guys. Even when I've done any type of public address announcing, and I feed off the crowd.
Well, and I think that's probably what was the issue with the at least PA guy, at least whether it was last night's contest or many other contests as they're held in AA. Again, that student section's not there, so when it's quiet, you kind of go, well, I don't want to drown everything out.
And it hasn't been there for the guys' game either.
No.
I mean, this is what we're saying. We're saying that fans, me, adult fans, are showing up and watching the Cowboys and supporting the best we can. Again, crowds have been very light for the guys because the guys were not a good product. For Joe Legerski, it's been a very consistent product of about 2,700 people, which were there in attendance last night. But the student section, you could count them. You didn't even need a calculator for last night to count how many people were sitting in the student section. That was not impressive. And again,
it's not a good thing when your cheerleaders, again, nothing against cheerleaders, but they were the loudest thing out by that student section, and that shouldn't be the case, especially in my time even going to the University of Idaho, seeing basketball games there at the Kibbe Dome, or at least when they would block it off. But either way, though, again, students were always the loudest thing. You would drown out the cheerleaders. You would drown out the crowd. Again, they're going to have, obviously, again, they're youthful. They have all that energy. They're going to get loud. Their students are going to go crazy. They're going to have all that fun. They're going to be that backbone to get the rest of that arena on their feet and get loud as well with them.
Now, as we had a chance last night to catch up with some, and me especially, I had a chance to catch up with some old friends I hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
We also had a chance to catch up with the sports information director, Tim Harkins, who had mentioned that we will possibly have athletic director Tom Berman.
It's not a possibility. We will have
him.
Tom Berman again. He's dealing with wrestling championships
and
going on
definitely,
right.
Well, I want to address that with him.
Yeah.
I think that is not the smartest move in the world by the university.
We got a lot of things to address with Tom Berman again coming up. When that will be, we know for sure it's next week, but not sure what day, what time. Again, keep at least tuned to our social media sites, whether it's Twitter.
And also Coach Alan Edwards also on our docket as well, and he's currently at the JUCO.
Yeah, he took our advice maybe, or at least listened to us. Yes, he's in Hutchinson, Kansas. He is watching the D1 NJCAA National Tournament, which is still underway. I do believe they're at their Final Four right now down there in Hutchinson. So, hey, Coach Alan Edwards, he's on a recruiting trip. He's looking at JUCO products, so at least that's a good thing.
But a possibility that we may have him.
Hopefully, again, still waiting on word with that. It's not a guarantee at this point or possibility next week, but we know for sure AD Tom Berman will join us next week.
So, again, just giving you my impression of what I saw last night. And again, we're way up top.
High up top.
Yeah, it's I don't care. I don't need to be.
It's free, so
I don't need to be pampered.
Yeah, I'm not.
And again, like I said,
beggars can't be choosers at that point. And again, I don't care. But
really, if you think about it, where we sat at last night, you miss out on the lower part by the Cowgirl
You can't
bench.
see, about a quarter of the court.
corner. Yeah, you can't see the corner area. But other than that, that's where they want to stick the media. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Tuck you away up there and be like, thanks for coming, and
Well, and like Kevin said too, with those movable stands, now you have a bigger, because they didn't build a practice facility.
They were thinking about it, but
but the AA now becomes a practice facility.
Yeah.
With multi-courts, so to speak, when they move back the movable stands. It was okay. I mean,
Is it the greatest venue in all of college sports, or at least kind of basketball houses? Probably not. It's not awful.
No,
we've seen worse.
Yeah, it's still the Dome.
I mean, nothing is as bad as Trinidad
It's the
State.
Dome of Doom with a question mark by it.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't have a Dome of Doom feeling anymore. It is
if you're gonna eliminate the students out of the participation mode, because that's what makes college basketball and high school basketball that more exciting, because you have
that's why I bring up it again. Obviously, Wyoming's a lot different than UNC and Duke, but again, when those two get underway, I mean, you have students that have to sleep in tents to get tickets. Where again, they love that program, they love their basketball out there so much in Chapel Hill, or again out there in Durham, but
you also have them on both sides of the bat. You have them all scattered about.
Oh, absolutely. Again, not just to choose them. It's Kentucky. It's any other major program. I know CSU down in Moby does at least pretty well of putting their students front and center, at least getting them involved down there in Moby Arena. But it's a worrisome at least thing to see there at the AA again for a postseason game. It was a select handful.
Here's what I say as we get ready to wrap up hour number one to officials at the University of Wyoming, and I will make sure I mention this to Tom Berman. I'm going to tell you right now over at UW in Laramie, those that work in the arena auditorium or have anything to do with the AA, open that middle section back up again across the way from the media or the press row, whatever you want to call it down there.
Yeah.
Open that section back up to the students, because that's where your bread and butter came in for excitement in a basketball game.
Is it also too all about the cash money? Is that also too a thing of least behind the decision for the university?
You were making a hell of a lot of cash money when you only have again the announced crowds. Again, these were total tickets sold, 3,500 to 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a lot of butts that were in the seats. What we saw last night around the scattering in the AA, that was truly 2,700 people.
Yeah.
During a Cowboy men's game, if they had 1,500 people in there, I'd have been shocked.
Yeah.
All right, we do need to take a time out. Hour number two coming up. Before we go into the station identification, we want to mention our special guest will be joining us here via phone, but we also want to mention that we do have some tickets that will be given away as well.
Well, we'll give them after.
We'll do it after our interview. So, again, coming up, it's Dhafir Dada 5000 Harris. He's joining us.
I don't know why you had to say it that way. Dhafir Harris, again, otherwise known as Dada 5000.
Well, that's the way you have it here. You have Dhafir.
Well, you said his first name awkwardly. Again, that's why he goes as Dada 5000.
All right,
for folks like
Dada 5000 will be joining us. He's from BYB Extreme Fighting Series. He's the co-founder. We're going to talk to him here in a few minutes, so stay with us here on 1480 KRAE.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Also being heard on translator K266CC Cheyenne at 101.1 FM.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
It is hour number two of Wyoming Sports Talk Today. We want to thank all our fine sponsors. And tonight, what a great night to load up on some Taco John's Eats. 6-pack and a pound sounds muy bueno. Taco John's of Cheyenne. Again, check out all their other specialties that they got going on right now. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service over on Highway 30. Great weekend to check out the Jayco line. And again, that's what Jolly Rogers stocks for you. Jayco. They are the official home over on Highway 30. Chick-fil-A at the corner of Windmill and Del Rage, right across from Menards, Rain City's Place. And again, the Meffords have done a great job, and they offer delicious eats. 3 fantastic square meals Monday through Saturday. Oh, by the way, if you're in a hurry, they've got 2 convenient drive-thrus. Chick-fil-A of Cheyenne, corner Windmill, Del Range. Kia of Cheyenne over on Nation Way. AJ says you got to stop on in, check out the 19 fleet of Kias. They are ready to find new homes. Some select 18s on the lot, so you could save a lot by picking out an 18 if you want. From Kia of Cheyenne over on Nation Way. Platte Valley Bank ×2. Eastsiders, as you're heading home tonight, stop on in right there at the corner of College and Pershing and do your banking. Or again, if you're on the north side, you can see the original location over on Vanda High. Again, high-tech banking and again, customer service banking. Platte Valley Bank does it all for you Monday through Friday. Medicap Pharmacy at the corner of, well, actually on Bluegrass Circle, right next door to Texas Roadhouse. They've been in the same location for a plethora of years. And again, they're open Monday through Saturday. Lennox Auto Body and the Auto Glass and Detail Center. Auto Glass and Detail Center over on Pershing Boulevard and the Auto Body Shop over on Dunn Avenue. Family owned, family operated, founded by Dick Lennox, tradition carried on by his daughter Heather, and she's done a fantastic job and continues to grow the business each and every day. First Tier Bank over at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Banking done the old-fashioned way. Customer service always first and foremost. 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Talk to them about their special CD rates going on right now with great annual percentage yields. First Tier Bank. 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D, the Greenway Commons. That's the home of Mondello's Pizzeria. Joe says you got to try my Paisan cuisine, and you definitely want to try his Paisan cuisine. You're hooked. 7 days a week, you can enjoy freshly made pizza, stromboli, calzones, their sandwiches on fresh baked bread. Oh, absolutely wonderful. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons. We also want to thank Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue. We're coming out of the winter months. It's springtime. You might want to start having those air conditioning units looked after. And again, too, they do more than just air conditioning and heating. Plumbing is what they're most famous for. Mars Plumbing Heating, 24-hour service, always available, 1515 Logan Avenue. And we get things underway with our scoreboard. It's brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Here's Nick.
NHL action for tonight. Only 2 games on the slate, but you will see the Washington Capitals at home at the Capital One Arena in D.C. They'll take on the Minnesota Wild. And last but not least, in the pond, Honda Center, Anaheim Ducks look to take on the San Jose Sharks. That's what's happening in NHL action for tonight.
Well, the Nuggets look to tie the Golden State Warriors tonight atop for the number 1 seed in the West, as they will be in the Mecca taking on the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. It will be the Grizz and the Magic tonight in the Amway Center. The Clippers and the Cavaliers in the Quicken Loans Arena. Thunder and the Raptors in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Spurs, Rockets, they hook up in the Toyota Center. Heat and the Bucks in the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. At Staples, the Lakers. Yes, the Lakers could be eliminated as of this weekend from playoff contention, as they will play host to the Brooklyn Nets. And looking at a couple of scores here for you from college hoops, as we got a couple of games going on right now. Second half action. Arizona State getting clobbered by Buffalo, 79-58 with 5:59 to go in the second half. And with 13:29 to go in the second half, the Oregon Ducks, number 12 seed, leading number 5 seed Wisconsin, 44-37. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
This is the Pepsi that's got a date with your taste buds. We're talking 1,000 bubbles dancing a two-step with you and 2 tacos at 2 a.m.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Is the touchscreen on your phone or tablet cracked or broken? Buying a new device could cost up to $1,000. Or you could let the local experts at High West Digital Solutions save you hundreds of dollars. We can replace your touchscreen in as little as a day, and your satisfaction is guaranteed. Visit our website at hwds.com or call 307-245-4333 and speak to a real live human being. High West Digital Solutions, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you. In life, you question everything. The same should be true when it comes to managing your wealth. What are your investment recommendations based on? How much are you paying in fees? And how can those fees impact your returns? Charles Schwab encourages investors to get engaged and ask tough questions. To learn more, call the Schwab Cheyenne branch at 307-459-0998 or visit schwab.com/Cheyenne. Charles Schwab and Company, Incorporated. Member SIPC.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with rain showers likely with highs around 48. For tonight, it'll be cloudy with rain and snow showers likely with lows around 30. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy with snow showers likely with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 29.
Here, the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Welcome back to Wyoming Sports Talk Today. Larry Peroetti, Sonny Boy across the way there, Nick Peroetti. We bring on our next guest, Dhafir Harris, otherwise known as Dada 5000, BYB Extreme Fighting Series co-founder. And Dada 5000, thank you so much for joining us here on Wyoming Sports Talk Today. We're talking to you what? You're in the sunny part of the world, right, in Florida?
Yes, sir. Happy to be here again. Yes, I'm down inside Miami, Florida, sunny South Florida. You know, I come from a small town called Terrain. You know, it's that side of Miami that no one talks about, but we do exist.
All right, real quick, I want to get into the biography of you, and then first off, tell our listeners what BYB stands for.
BYB stands for Backyard Brawl.
Backyard Brawl. Wow. Okay. It's not bring your own blood. It's got Backyard Brawl. I like that. All right. So how about the biography on you? Because you are a very important member of this foundation. So let's get into your history, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up here in the capital city of Wyoming. You got the microphone. Take it away.
Okay. Well, my name is Dhafir Harris, better known to the world as Dada 5000. And a lot of people, they couldn't pronounce Dhafir, so I just made it short and called myself Dada, right? And the 5000 is because everything that I was doing was light years ahead of my time and my peers, right? And we're inside 2019 right now. Still, that's a very long, distance between 5,000. So it's like, I feel like at this stage, we revolutionized the way that the world look at extreme reality, and when you look at bare knuckle fighting, I think that, I didn't invent it, in fact, I played an innovative role towards it, right? And I took something that was common, and I altered its appearance, and I presented it, to the world inside of a different format. And it was like going fishing with good bait, and I caught the world's attention, to the point that I feel like when you look at what we've accomplished, I gained more fame, educated the world more about the culture than anybody the past 150, 200 years before me. And BYB Extreme is clearly the next phase of evolution, for the backyard. we've gotten corporate America to trade in their suits and ties for baseball hats and tennis shoes to come on down to sunny South Florida. They talk about the greatest show on earth being Ringling Brothers and the Barnum and Bailey Circus, but I have to beg the difference. In the Backyard was the greatest show on earth. We sent a lot of guys pro, you know, and we're still doing numbers, you know, and I feel like now that we're on this next level, it's just a testament, you know. We've done everything, you know, from, you know, winning Emmys on NBC, Rolling Stone, Miami Times, Washington Post, you know, National Geographic, you know, Netflix hit movie, Dogfight, that's still doing numbers, and we're wrapping up Dogfight Round 2, you know what I'm saying, around that same time, doing the fight scene on April 5th. So I think that we are the future, you know, of bare-knuckle fighting all over the world. We're that symbol that individuals look to be that example, you know, and we've created a trail. We've left a trail ablaze inside the backyard that will never be duplicated. So it's only right now that we're on this level, and we're going to continue to amaze and bring forth great combat sports. You know, when you look at boxing, when you look at, you know, MMA, before the gloves were on, they were off. History repeats itself. Now it's our time to come back around. And we're showing everybody where all of these sports was originated from. And we just want the people to give us a chance. And I guarantee you, we'll make them dance.
Well, again, the future and also, too, the greatest show on earth, as you mentioned, Dada, is coming here to the city of Cheyenne, coming up April 5th. The pay-per-view happening over at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. Again, coming up here in a few short, at least a couple days. But as you talk about revolutionizing, again, here in the city of Cheyenne, if not the state of Wyoming, we've seen a few other bare-knuckle promotions come in and out of this town, and if not the state of Wyoming. But something that BYB and your organization is bringing in that's going to be something a little unique. Now, we've seen fights in the squared circle. We've seen it in a ring, at least a typical ring. But however, your organization is going to put these fights in what is called a trigon. Now, explain the uniqueness and what's the thought process behind fighting in the trigon.
You know, awesome question, by the way. Inside the backyard, we had the 12 by 12, which was the ring, but we had it close quarters, built to create confrontation, right? And I've done a project for another production company, and I said, you know, I don't want to be like MMA. I don't want to be like boxing. I want to do my own thing. And I was always, you know, amazed by the history, you know, of the triangle, you know. And if anybody knows me, they knew this haircut that I've been wearing proudly for more than 13 years. It's an upside-down triangle. See, a triangle always been mysterious. You know, at the top of controversy, at the center of attention. When you talk about people are still wondering how I did it like the pyramid. The triangle has always been, you know, something of, you know, of mystery. Look on the back of your money, on the dollar bill. You see a triangle. You don't see a square. You don't see a circle. You know, when you look at the triangle, the Bermuda is not the only triangle. Stuff is going to be going down, you know what I'm saying, in April 5th. And that's what I wanted to build, you know, something that was mysterious, you know. And it's interesting because of the point, you know, it's there to provide confrontation, and it's there to give your opponent something other to worry about other than the opponent, like not letting your opponent gain position on you. You get caught in any one of them points, you know what I'm saying, you will go down, especially if you got a guy in front of you that knows what he's doing. You know, I said it best, 12 fights, 12 finishes, nothing in the mighty Trigon cage will go the distance. And everybody that has come through Wyoming and Cheyenne thus far, you know, those have been individuals that, you know, seen, you know, the evolution and took apart. We're the creators. We're the originators. When you go back to Kimbo Slice, you know, in 2006, when he first came on the scene and he pummeled that guy, Big D, and had his eye, you know, hanging out, no one on the planet was doing bare-knuckle fights on these levels. No one. Kimbo Slice was the first one, my neighbor, right up the street. I look up the street and I see his house. So when we're all rolling, and I was telling those guys, man, we should do this, you know, and I embarked on my own, you know, path. No one was doing this but Dada 5000. I got the blueprint, and we're going to show the world why we are the best, why we got every major production company on the planet to visit South Florida to get their content. You know, no one else has done it. When I say we took the butter from the duck, we clearly did just that. You know, this stuff comes to me like a song I wrote. That's why I want everyone, you know, to actually tune in, you know, order it on pay-per-view, or get your ticket and be there in person. The real winners is neither one of the guys that are, you know, pouring their hearts out, fighting their hearts out, you know what I'm saying, to get their hand raised in victory. It's going to be the people that get a chance to witness this in person. This right here is something amazing that you have to come out, because it just doesn't sound right when someone else is telling you about it.
And do want to mention, at least regarding that event coming up, again, April 5th here in town at the Ice and Event Center. Again, tickets are on sale. They range between $150 and $25. Again, you can go online at ticketfly.com/purchase/event, and then just reading off the numbers of 1824090, or again, you can go on bybextreme.com for more information. And again, also to pay-per-view, where you can find that live on Fight TV for $24.95. So again, multiple ways to tune in for this pay-per-view coming up April 5th.
Dada, here's the old skeptic here asking you a question. Why Cheyenne? Why the Ice and Event Center, where maybe we can squeeze in about 1,000 people? If this thing is, and again, don't take this wrong, I'm not insulting this, but you know, if this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, why are we in such a venue that's not that big?
You know, I look at it like this, right? When you look at opportunity, right, Cheyenne was the first to say, hey, we want you guys here. Others have came on since then, but we have committed to Cheyenne. So it's like everyone is coming around now, from New Hampshire to Biloxi, and other cities and states are starting to get on. You know, but Cheyenne was the first one that opened up their doors to us. And when you look at, you know, loyalty, you know, I'm big on that, to the point that, you know, it goes a long way. Somebody that you can connect with, someone that you can trust. And this is just the first of many, many shows to come. And you're right, the venue sits just under 2,000 people. But those 2,000 people, you're going to go back to Willy Wonka searching for that gold ticket. They're going to be amazed. You know, it's going to be more excitement inside that Trigon cage, more explosivity than a stick of TNT. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pack a punch. You know, and we're going to excite the world. So the venue is not that big. That's why, you know, and when you look at it, the cheapest ticket is $25, right? You can beat that, you know, actually by sitting home in the comfort of your own home, you know, and still witness, you know, and be a part of, you know what I'm saying, the next phase of evolution. So again, Cheyenne was the first one to open up their doors to us to say, hey, listen, we want you guys there. So we're appreciative, we're humble that they're giving us the opportunity to bring the greatest show, you know what I'm saying, on earth there. And we're not going to, how can I put it, we're aiming, you know what I'm saying, to raise the bar. No one else is going to be able to come back there, you know what I'm saying, and match that performance.
And I like how you say you're raising the bar. Again, why have, and again, we've had two others in this state, one in Cheyenne and one in Casper. Why have those others failed? Why? And again, you've already given us the blueprint of why yours is successful, but why have they failed?
They fail because they don't have the recipe. When you understand the concept that goes into these events, you know, it's just not, I see someone do it, you know, and I think that I can do it. No, it doesn't go that way. You know, I've been in the business for over 13 years, more than a decade plus years of work that had to be put in. You know, it's a difference why Netflix came and said, we want this movie. It's a difference why every production company, you know, wanted to be on board. And guess what? If I did something with ESPN, right, I couldn't turn around and do the same thing with National Geographic's Taboo. Even though we understand that the concept is still, you know what I'm saying, the brawling, the fighting, right? I had to reinvent myself and reposition myself to give them this content inside of a manner that is original, you know, not something that I did for somebody else. So I'm always challenging myself. And I understand, you know, the demographics of individuals that we're challenging. You know, we're not just putting something out there and we're hoping to hit. I've done my research. That's just the difference. You know, listen, a creative mind never takes a day off. And I understand, you know, I've done my homework. I actually just been to Cheyenne, so I got a chance to meet some of the people, you know, and actually, you know, get integrated with the culture. You know, and sex and violence is something that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, understands is not going anywhere. Even inside of the heart of a depression or a recession, you know what I'm saying, people still find themselves, you know what I'm saying, indulging inside, you know what I'm saying, those that I just mentioned. So I think that, you know, I got the recipe like Grandmama cookie, like famous Amos, you know, like Colonel Sanders. It's a recipe. And those guys, you know what I'm saying, they don't have it. They say 15 minutes of fame. Guess what? I've been around for years. And every time I come out, I leave the world speechless.
Well, we certainly can respect Oh, go ahead, Dada.
No, I was just going to say, we damage numbers on every program we have went on. This is going to be no different. We aim to please. We come in to put on a show, you know, that the people is going to, you know what I'm saying, be in amazement with. And you know what satisfaction is to me? Before we leave that arena, people are saying, hey, when is the next event? You know, because just look at some of the names that we have. Everybody's familiar, you know, with Jack Dempsey, the legendary boxer of the early part of the century. We have his grandson, George Dempsey Gormley, you know, on the card. Everybody who's watching Netflix, who's familiar, you know, with some of these, you know, internet guys that became, you know, household names, you know, listen, one of the worst hits that was recorded ever was when Alfonso Chocolate Ferguson hit, you know, Mike the Dragon Hawk Trujillo. You know, they're doing their rematch here, you know. So it's like, you know, it's just a part of something great. And these individuals, they get a chance to see some of these dudes that they're familiar with. You know, it's nothing better than having a familiar face inside your presence, you know. And I think that we have a lot of superstars on this card, you know, that's going to be competing. You know, a lot of superstars, you know, booking flights to come out, you know, and we're only going to get bigger and better, you know, to the point that, again, when I say raise the bar, no one is going to be able to do what we do because we go just that hard. You know, we're not one and done. This ain't fly by night. You know, we've been inside this game for years, you know, and I've pretty much figured it out, you know, so this is going to be something that's an honor for me to do. It's an honor, it's a privilege for the city of Cheyenne, you know, to have us, you know, and we just want to, you know, do what we do best, you know, bring the best, you know what I'm saying, out whenever, you know what I'm saying, we're, you know, in the building, you know, and I just thank God for everybody that's listening to your show, you know, and again, they can watch it, you know what I'm saying, download the Fight TV app. Just look at some of the individuals, you know, that's actually doing broadcasts on this stuff. In Demand, Direct TV, Dish Network, Rogers and Bales, Integrated Sports. You know, this is amazing. Listen, I feel like I already won because no one even thought that we would have gotten this far. You know, this was an uphill battle. You know, people are looking at, you know, the end result. But, you know, the easiest thing I could have ever did was quit or give up. You know, but that's not what we're about. That's not what we're cut from. You know, and everybody that's on board, you know, this is going to be a fun ride, you know, and we're going to be the greatest, you know, extreme reality combat sport in America. Don't forget I told you.
Well, again, we're excited at least for this event to come to the city of Cheyenne, where all eyes are going to be here again, especially over at the Ice and Event Center April 5th, where, again, it is brawl for it all over there at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. 10 bare-knuckle fights that are 5 3-minute rounds, 2 MMA fights that are 3 5-minute rounds happening at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. Do want to talk very quickly something that you mentioned, Dada, where, again, you're going to have some big superstars at least coming in to at least compete at this pay-per-view. But, again, as we here in the city of Cheyenne, if not the state of Wyoming, we do like our local talent as well too, but looking at the card, you are going to have some fighters, as you mentioned, familiarity for those folks in the Cheyenne Ice Event Center. There's going to be some fighters that are from the local region, whether it is Wyoming and Colorado, correct?
Yes, we have Billy the Kid Martin from Wyoming. We have Leo Clyde from Colorado. I know those two have, you know, a nice little grudge thing going on, so of course, you know, we cannot come to someone else's backyard and not acknowledge the talent, you know what I'm saying, that have been, like originally, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, you know. So, listen, we're equal opportunity. We give individuals opportunities to get on the biggest stages, you know, and showcase their skills. And keep one thing in mind, you know, this is what people don't talk about. But when you look at Netflix spends billions of dollars on content a year. That could be a hit or miss. A lot of projects get on Netflix and then they filter out. Dogfight Round 1 has been on Netflix for 4 years and they're about to re-sign it again, right? So it only makes sense for the people to watch Dogfight 1, to watch Dogfight 1, so Dogfight 2 makes all the sense in the world. These fighters, every fighter that's on this card, and I am actually going to post the whole fight card later today on social media. You know, this stuff, you know, is going to be around forever. You know, these fighters are not just fighting on worldwide pay-per-view, but they're going to be a part of Dogfight Round 2. They're highly anticipated. Listen, Netflix is anticipating this thing to break numbers in the millions coming out of the gate. What else has had this type, you know what I'm saying, of anticipation? Guys from the street, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we formatted this to do what it's supposed to do. There's no acting. There's no do-over. There's no additives or no preservatives. We are the real deal. And no one else who has ever come, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, Cheyenne or Colorado has the resume of Dada 5000 to be proven over and over and over and over again. And I'm going to tell you something, you know, it's nothing like seeing it for yourself to see how we operate, you know, to see how this stuff comes together. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, I've said it before, 12 fights, 12 finishes, nothing in the mighty Trigon cage will go the distance, you know? So I want everybody, you know, man, to check with their local cable providers to make sure that they can actually order this event, to download the Fight TV app, you know, and, man, listen, man, grab the family, grab the kids, and just sit back, because when you look at WWE, when you look at MMA, when you look at boxing, it's all a form of entertainment. And I think that what we're going to present, you know, is going to be a mixture, you know, because we're all underneath the same umbrella. We have guys that have personality.
All right,
Dada. That have culture.
All right, Dada, we got to wrap it up here because we're way past break time. We are looking forward to seeing your event coming up here in about 3 weeks or so. So again, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and take care and good luck on the event.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
All right. Again, Dhafir Harris, otherwise known as Dada 5000. I guess, Nick, real quick before we go into the break, he can't be. He's built his reputation, as you heard him speak, as the Don King of backyard brawling, for taking on the roles of broker, promoter, and hell, he was even a referee on there as well while we were doing our little talk.
We can break down everything he just said, as we do need to get to a commercial break right now.
All right, so we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back, talk more about this backyard brawling after these words here on 1480 KRAE.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
It's said that membership has its rewards, and at First Education Federal Credit Union, that is especially true. At First Education, members are the owners and get lower loan rates, higher yields on deposits, full online services including a mobile app, and more. We are personalized banking your way, local and a member of the Cheyenne community since 1947. Call 432-7400, go to firstedfcu.com, or visit in person at 120 West Carlson Street. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
Check out the huge savings this week at Town & Country Supermarket Liquors. Here are just a few of the terrific weekly specials. Our Super Radio buys, heard only right here, feature Black Velvet, 1.75-liter bottle, $12.99. Black Box Wine, all available flavors, 3-liter box, $16.99. And Bacardi Rum, light, dark, or limon, 1.75-liter bottle, $18.99. Town & Country Supermarket Liquors on the South Greeley Highway, Cheyenne's low-price leader.
We're starting our 14th year, and we still believe in putting you first by making it easy to own a new Kia vehicle.
I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne, and right now, we can help get you into a new 2019 Kia Sportage for less than Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, or Ford Escape. The 2019 Kia Sportage comes standard with power adjustable rear view mirrors, rear camera display, remote keyless entry, and more. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com. We'll make it easy.
1480 KRAE is your home for live play-by-play coverage of high school basketball and football. Hi, this is Nick Brody inviting you to hear all the play-by-play calls of East, Central, and South football and basketball. You'll hear the conference action along with the postseason, and during the basketball season, 1480 KRAE features both boys and girls games. Catch all the exciting calls on AM 1480 KRAE, also streaming the games worldwide on the web at 1480krae.com.
You love the Lennox difference, from collision repair to minor nicks and dents. Certified quality you can trust. Nobody cares about your car more than us. Lennox Auto Body, we do what we say. We fix it right and get you on your way. No shortcuts, no compromise. Lennox Auto Body. No shortcuts, no compromise.
Lennox Auto Body at 1020 Dunn Avenue and the Detail Center at 617 East Pershing Boulevard, Cheyenne.
Tired of lazy and predictable sports talk radio? We know you are. This is Cheyenne's new sports radio home. It's Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We are back on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Larry Perlotti, along with Dick Perlotti.
Certainly very appreciative of Dada 5000 joining us there again. He was certainly appreciative of us at least letting him on the airwaves here in the city of Cheyenne.
And he did give me the Don King reference right there. I mean, he's excited about the product, and let's hope. I'm a skeptic.
Well, and again, we will talk with at least promoter, at least coming up, again, remembering his name, Mike Velasquez, with BYB Extreme Fighting Series. We'll have him in studio Wednesday, the week of this pay-per-view, where he'll at least elaborate a little bit more. We can pick his brain on a few things. But again, of what he's saying of, again, coming to Cheyenne, he was very appreciative of Cheyenne opening up its doors first and allowing this at least as an option for him. Again, a guy who's been in the industry, he has been a fighter, he has been through it all, and again, it does give hope that hopefully this is that entity that can put a better, at least a good taste back into the folks here in Wyoming, whether it is here in the city of Cheyenne, the fighters as well too from around this area, where again we've had two other bare knuckle fighting institutions that came into the state and had controversy, whether it was not paying their fighters, whether it was at least in the past not paying their fighters, but also or
paying their bill.
Yeah, paying their bill, or again causing controversy with another organization around this area. It's hopefully again. I like to believe in Dada, and again, only time will tell. Hopefully it does work out for him in the organization, and again, all things go smoothly for, again, all entities involved coming up again April 5th, live at the Cheyenne Ice at Event Center.
Speaking of which, thank you to these folks. They have given us some tickets to give away, so those are legit. We got the tickets to the event.
The thing about it, and again, we'll remind folks on Facebook, again, thank you to all who did enter for a pair of tickets. Again, as we'll give away 2 pairs of tickets today, again, to go see this pay-per-view on April 5th. It will start at 8 o'clock there live at the Cheyenne Ice at Event Center. Again, thank you to the organization for giving us this free pair to give away. Again, did ask folks to head on over to our Facebook side, Wyoming Sports Talk Today, where, again, you can find it at facebook.com/WyoSportsTalk. Again, all you had to do to get 3 entries was like, comment, and share that post, as we've done for Giant Stampede tickets, Wyoming Cowboy football tickets, Wyoming basketball vouchers, or whatever they were giving away. But either way, though, at least random has at least already went earlier to today. I had to at least send off the names to the people who were at least getting this all squared away. But at least the winners out of the Fishbowl of Awesomeness today were Lisa Warner. Congratulations. You have won a pair of tickets to go see the pay-per-view at April 5th. And then also to Tony Gonzalez. congratulations to both Lisa Warner and Tony Gonzalez. You two are our winners to go see Brawl for It All April 5th. Bare Knuckle Brawling at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. Those tickets will be available to you at will call the day of the pay-per-view. All you have to do is show your ID there at the will call at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center, and that's how you pick up your tickets. And again, I will remind both of you, Lisa and Tony, at least on Facebook. I will message both of you of how you go about and get those tickets. So, but again, congratulations to Lisa Warner and Tony Gonzalez. They will be seeing the pay-per-view coming up April 5th. Again, 12 fights in total, 10 bare-knuckle fights, 2 MMA fights. They're happening live at the Cheyenne Ice and Event Center.
So when I hear the pay-per-view,
yes.
Now, do you order that through Spectrum or how? Or is it?
Well,
I'm hearing the word Netflix.
You don't order it from Netflix. Granted, you don't understand how all this stuff works. So
pretend I'm totally stupid here. Okay,
I don't have to pretend for that one for you. But either way, again, how you go about? Don't look at me like that. Again, you can order the fight online, at least where you download an app called Fight.tv. That's where you order the pay-per-view. There, $24.95 is how much it costs. Also, too, again, look at your local at least provider, whether it is Spectrum. I don't believe Spectrum would be at least broadcasting this pay-per-view. But again, satellites, DirecTV, Dish Network will be offering this fight, as Dada did mention. So again, all you have to do is just search or talk with your local cable or satellite provider to see what your options are for this. But the best way about is to download, whether it's on at least your smart TV, your gaming console, phone as well too. Fight.tv is where you go. You create an account and again download it at least $24.95. Or again, all information, at least everything regarding this pay-per-view, you can find at bybextreme.com for more information.
So we want to thank all that have entered for these tickets. Do appreciate the excitement. And again, I'm sorry, I'm still the skeptic because
absolutely,
we've had 2 events that were
promising.
That's the word.
I would say promising. Again, when we talk with with Boss Rutan, again, where he
left.
Yeah, he had to leave because again that federation that happened, that event up in Casper, the organization, the president, or at least not the president, but the owner, the founder of that federation, did not pay their fighters. He is facing jail time as well, too. It was a serious situation, and again, left a sour taste. Same with the other promotion that happened here in Cheyenne, where they kind of tuck-tailed and move on, where, again, the lawsuit happened. Again, a lot of bad news came from at least
bad blood.
Yeah, just bad everything about that other promotion. Again, they've left town from since, but again, here hopefully this is third time's a charm here in the state of Wyoming with again BYB Extreme Fighting Series again, where it's co-founded by Dada 5000. Again, you would like to hope, again, the guy who has been around this industry, who knows it very well, again, is very appreciative of, again, he started out, from humble beginnings to where he is now as a kind of fighting superstar. Again, has competed in Bellator. He's been on the Netflix, at least TV series. So you like to hope and think that this is going to be that positive experience that comes to the city of Cheyenne. That also, too, again, as we talked to a few other entities, is that spotlight for the city of Cheyenne for other activities and events to come here.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying. Again, that's the main thing of where, again, if outside entities look and say, hey, this is successful, maybe we bring it again where it's bringing revenue, it's bringing eyes, it's bringing events to help grow possibly Cheyenne. Right?
If that's the event you want to bring in on a consistent basis.
I'm not even saying bare knuckle brawling, but maybe it's something else. Maybe we get boxing. Maybe it's something else that, again, where they see the venue or they see that the crowd is, at least fans here are wanting entertainment.
It sounds like to me the support from the fans, I don't know, unless I look at the books.
At the last Cheyenne event, it was sold out there, but again, that's saying in a small venue of how things set up there, the Ice and Event Center.
Right.
It's sold out, but that's about 700, 800 folks that probably
and then,
sat.
as you said, over at the event center, they had shut down half of the event center.
And it wasn't even full. It was about 3/4 full.
Yeah, so, but again.
Yeah.
Tickets were bought. Not every ticket was a giveaway, okay?
No.
So the question is, where did the monies go? That's the question.
There's theories, and we're not going to get into that one. But
it just doesn't evaporate into thin air.
Yeah.
All right, real quick here, give an update. Do we have another break left?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is just about final. Oregon will move on to the next round. 12 is beaten number 5.
I have that one.
72-54 with about 2 seconds left in that one. Oregon leads Wisconsin, and I had that one too. I did not have Buffalo over Arizona State.
No.
You had Buffalo.
No, I had Arizona State.
Did you really?
I didn't believe in Buffalo at all, and I figured that at least that Pac-12 school would take care of things as kind of their counterpart of Oregon, but I guess I was wrong.
Buffalo clobbers Arizona State 91-74, and Oregon and Wisconsin now has just gone final.
What about Gardner-Webb in Virginia?
Gardner-Webb in Virginia, 71-56 final score in that one.
Well, I had Virginia moving on, but I'd rather see the
When
Cavaliers
we
just
opened up
lose.
the program, it was Gardner-Webb leading.
I don't
at
listen to
halftime.
what you say.
Well, you should listen because then you can learn something.
No.
All right, we are going to take a timeout. We come back. I'm really disappointed in this, and we'll talk some NFL news after these words. MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151. Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, proven and respected when it comes to the care of your vehicle. For nearly 25 years, Cars has been there to repair and fix those minor problems to get you back on the road without major difficulties. And now, as we do more traveling at this time of year, see Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service first for your car or truck when it comes to tuning it up, an oil change, brakes, shocks, work on your air conditioning unit, and so much more. John and his crew at Cars gives your vehicle the precise detail it deserves. Respected with quality workmanship. Always bring your vehicle to Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service at 604 West Lincoln Way. Call for an appointment at 632-0498. Open Monday through Friday.
Hop into the KRAE Time Machine each Monday through Thursday for the golden age of radio, featuring famous radio classics such as Jack Armstrong and Suspense Theater, along with pioneers in the entertainment industry like Bob Hope and Abbott and Costello, along with many other performers who've captured our ears many, many years ago. Join us for the golden age of radio Monday through Thursday, 8 until 10 p.m. on 1480 KRAE, also 101.1 FM, and you can also stream all of our programming on 1480krae.com.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned, full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Are you thinking about buying a new water heater? You could spend $1,300 or more on a gas-fired water heater. Or you could spend $0 on a top-of-the-line electric water heater from High West Energy. That's right, $0. High West members can upgrade from gas to electric without spending a penny. Don't you wish all decisions were this easy? Go to highwestenergy.com to learn more or call 307-245-3261. High West Energy, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly cloudy with rain showers likely with highs around 48. If tonight, it'll be cloudy with rain and snow showers likely with lows around 30. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy with snow showers likely with highs around 48. And on Saturday night, it'll be partly cloudy with lows around 29.
When it comes to sports talk in Cheyenne, it's a whole new ballgame. Let's play ball! You're listening to Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Sports Talk today as we get you all ready for the weekend. Don't forget, the Cowgirls will host the second round of the WNIT. We know it will be Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday at 2 o'clock there at the AA against who? To be determined after
Lamar out of Beaumont, Texas, or
South Alabama out of, I'm assuming, South Alabama.
Yeah, out of Alabama,
that's
right.
about all I got. But 6 o'clock is the tip-off time for that contest to determine No. 6 o'clock tonight is for Lamar and South Alabama. So, again, it'll be late night before the Cowgirls know officially who they will be facing this Sunday, 2 o'clock over at the AA. And, again, roads looking ahead. It's supposed to be rain and snow mix today, tomorrow, potentially clear on Sunday. So, hopefully, again, roads aren't affected on I-80. But, again, it is a complete kind of guesswork game, at least traveling on I-80 and getting across to Laramie. So hopefully roads will be nice and clear. It's, at least weather-wise, should be clear for Sunday.
So South Alabama is the Lady Jaguars.
Mobile, maybe?
I'm trying to get the exact location of it, but right now
That's the only city I know, South Alabama.
Well, anyway, they are the Lady Jaguars going up against Lamar out of Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah.
So,
anyways,
I'm looking here. I'm trying to do two things at once. One thing I do want to mention, and the Raiders. Now, the Raiders have been known for
what?
Bringing on projects,
questionable
renegades.
Questionable characters again. Well, you go back to the 70s, 80s, where it was.
But these were good guys.
Kind of the band of thugs, essentially.
I know, but these were good football players.
Yeah.
And what bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way.
I mean, a lot of things bother you, but.
Oh, and anyway, real quick here, South Alabama. If I'm not mistaken here, it looks like it's Fairhope, Alabama.
All right. Anyways.
All right. So, what bothers me is this signing by the Raiders, and again, both the Raiders and the Niners have been doing things here in the offseason to make them better.
The 49ers, again, both teams at the Bay Area have made vaults where they are trying to be competitive.
I think this is a step back. Now, they brought in a renegade with a questionable resume. Vontez Burfict.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you didn't even know I was going to lay that one on you.
Well, I thought I saw the rumor, or at least again the release earlier today, but I didn't even take a passing glance at it, especially with just kind of recapping the Cowgirls game and just getting everything set up. But yeah, again, the Raiders, it is a franchise that is known to kind of give players like that a chance to kind of put things in the past to go, hey, let's give you that opportunity. Other teams have, not to spotlight the Raiders. Again, look who was kind of open arms to get in, Adam Pac-Man Jones, where he was kind of that renegade, but teams still gave him a shot as much as he turned out to be a bust. I do believe the Broncos took that chance,
and guess what? He sucked at Cincinnati as well.
Yeah.
And again, he was there when Vontez Burfict was there.
Yeah.
And those two guys together are one of the reasons why the Bungles did not go any further in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Questionable hits, stupid plays,
yeah.
and even a lot of the pundits are laughing at this too. They give the Raiders a D on this signing. They signed him for a 1-year deal up to $5 million.
Chump change? I mean, chump change, and again.
Yeah, but he's a thug. Bottom line is he's a thug, and like I said, the Raiders could go after the Renegades, and they've done it in the past. Matuzak, Stork, Ted Hendricks, Otis Sistrunk from the University of Mars, Jack Tatum from Ohio State, George Atkinson back in my day, the 70s.
It's nothing new for the Oakland Raiders at this point.
But Burfict
but they're not losing anything. Again, it does put a bad image, but again, the Raiders, they've kind of had a bad image. Again, you look at the black hole. It's not a rainbows and colorful kind of organization. So for the Raiders, questionable move, a stupid move. But I mean, it's a franchise that's been doing it for however long, though. They've been making dumb moves, and it's cost them more than it has benefited them. And again, it's only for 1 year for $5 million. That's chump change.
You're trying to build this team back to respectability.
He's not guaranteed to play. He might be a small cancer in the locker room, and that's up to John Gruden and trying to get that all at least taken care of. But
obviously, Gruden saw something and told Mark Davis, hey, I want this kid.
Well, he also do with Mike Mayock as well, where, again, as a new GM, probably made that decision as well. But for the Raiders, this is nothing new. Is it something that's going to affect the team? Is it going to bring down the team? only time will tell. Is this guy going to be a starter for the Raiders? Probably not. Who knows at this point in time what the Raiders do? Again, it's all big question marks, especially what we saw last year dealing away Khalil Mack. You don't know what this organization is going to do, this franchise. You don't know what the front office is willing to do, especially also, too, with the head coach, at least with the head coach right now with John Gruden. They make questionable moves all the time. And with this move, yes, it's dumb, but it's just something, it's commonplace now with the Oakland Raiders. They make questionable moves for whatever reason.
Well, and let's look at real quick here with the Raiders. I mean, one of the good signings that they got was Terrell Williams from San Diego.
I think one of their best moves, again, is as much as he's been a head case and, again, was a problem child there at Pittsburgh.
Antonio Brown?
But again, that was only for one season where he sat out and again, kind of pouted and all that stuff. But he was a solid player for, again, the majority of his career there with the Pittsburgh Steelers and still is one of the most phenomenal wide receivers right now in the league. For the Raiders, right now in the offseason moves, that is their biggest signing, though, is picking up AB.
All right. Well, and I think the Vontaze Burfict is just, I think it's terrible for the Raiders, and that's just my opinion. Again, they didn't need this. And then they also signed, you got to be kidding.
Unless they put him on the practice squad or something like that. I don't know.
They got Glennon to back up Carr.
So?
To go join Nathan Peterman.
So?
If Carr goes down, the Raiders are in big trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of with any team, though, at this point, where name one solid backup that's at least put in place to carry a team. But, I mean, there really is.
I mean, this is how bad.
I think right now the 49ers have the only case where we saw last year with Nick Mullins. And, again, how long will Nick Mullins stay with the 49ers? I know, his name's kind of been dealt out there.
Glennon was at one time the starter for Chicago before Trubisky came in.
Well, he moved down to, Miami?
No, and then he went, I don't even remember where he went to, but.
I think he played or
he started his career with Tampa.
Yeah.
And then he just got released. This is how bad your career is when you get released by the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals are in a rough way right now where right now they're looking to get Kyler Murray and their franchise quarterback that was last year, Josh Rosen, is now pretty much out. Yeah, he's done.
Or he's going to be shipped off. But the Raiders, they got problems they got to keep Carr healthy.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt about it. You have to. It's the same with any other team right now. Look at the Broncos, where granted Joe Flacco is nothing that special, and he's going to be that starter, but who behind him is going to be worthy enough to lead that team? I think with anyone, Tom Brady, if he goes down for the Patriots, I couldn't tell you who their backups are, but it's not Tom Brady that's leading your team. It's with any kind of franchise right now. Baker Mayfield goes down for the Browns. I think the Browns have a shot to win in the AFC North.
I agree. Yeah.
But I think that's all it is just in case. Just in case, hey, you've had NFL experience. Here it is.
And you got two just in cases. Nathan Peterman.
That's it, because you know Carr is your guy. It's not bringing in pieces that are going to fight like the Broncos had many years ago.
What you're telling me,
it is, hey, Carr's our guy.
So basically, you're telling me every quarterback in the NFL, starting quarterback, if they go down, their teams are destined to lose. More than likely.
You would think so. It is up to those individual teams where, hey, you saw with the Philadelphia Eagles, they had enough talent to at least help out. Again, 49ers were able to kind of musk up some wins with Nick Mullins as much as that whole team was injured. It happens, but more than all, you have to be those kind of elite teams that are destined already to at least make the playoffs, be playoff bound, where you have that talent to kind of support that backup quarterback. And again, that might be New England's of the world. That might be, I'll even toss out maybe a Chicago of the world. L.A., if Goff goes down, maybe the Rams are able to kind of carry that backup out there. But Denver, San Francisco, Arizona, even look at east of if Buffalo, if Josh Allen goes down, they got no one to help him out. Maybe Cleveland is that fringe team where if Baker Mayfield, for whatever reason, goes down, they might help him out. But we still don't know what this Cleveland Browns team is kind of made of yet. They're rebuilding. They're not a playoff, as much as I want to say, yes, they can win the AFC North. Mm-hmm. It's still a question mark, though, with at least a question mark at the end of, could they? But
maybe.
Possibly. But either way, though, there's a select few teams that can at least deal with a starting quarterback to go down.
Now,
not all of the NFL,
and not to just on the Raiders, Bronco fans. Just so you are aware,
the Broncos just paid awful.
No, wait, just so you're aware. After Joe Flacco, if he goes down, which he has been prone to injury,
and again, you're without Simeon, you're without.
Here's your backups: Kevin Hogan from Stanford.
Who?
He's a fourth-year pro.
Who?
And Garrett Grayson.
Who?
From Colorado State, second year. Yeah. So yeah, you're in deep doo-doo if
you're already deep doo-doo. You have Joe Flacco as your starter.
Yeah.
The Broncos season is right now. Here it is again, March 22nd. Broncos season, it's already over. You look forward to 2020 at this point.
You're praying for the draft right now.
No, you're praying that John Elway exits right now. You need him out as a GM.
By the way, you were right. It is Mobile. They had an off-campus facility that said Fairhope, Alabama. So
you question my knowledge.
Yeah,
again, the guy who's doing damn near perfect on his bracket right now. I'm wrong on 3 so far.
Your bracket's going to be busted by the end of next week.
No.
Your Sweet 16s are not even.
I've gotten my upsets correct.
Oh wow, you're my hero.
You were wrong on UC Irvine. Anyways.
And I think a lot of people were wrong on the Anteaters. They very rarely win. All right, we do got to wrap things up.
They never.
We're going to be back at it here Monday afternoon. Hopefully, we'll be having more comments from a successful Wyoming Cowgirls head coach Joe Legerski, as he will hopefully tell us about the win either over South Alabama or Lamar. Again, 2:00 tap time coming up Sunday in the AA. We'll have other things coming up. I'm sure Mike Malone, I'm sure Coach Bednar will probably have something to say because Avs are knocking on the door to get into the playoffs. How about Tampa Bay? Wow. They've already clinched the cup for the best record. I think he had 120-some points.
We knew that was going to happen.
But I mean, look at the record. It's impressive.
They're going to clinch the President's Cup. And again, we knew that. And they are a phenomenal outfit. It's just what do they do in the playoffs?
That's again. Are they going to be the?
They are the new. They are the new
of the Washington Capitals.
Yeah, they are the new Washington Capitals. Either way.
All right, we're going to wrap.